Hi everyone, very good evening and welcome back to Geeks for Geeks practice. So guys, please give me a +1 in the chat and hit the like button if my voice is clearly audible to everyone and everything is working fine. Hi Vanchika, hi Naikaj, and hi to Rishit as well. So all of you guys can give me a +1 if everything is working fine, and I'll share my screen to discuss the problem of the day for yesterday. That was Matchsticks, right? So this was a very interesting and a very easy problem as well. So let me share my screen and then we can start discussing this particular problem. So first of all, let me just Google this problem up. All right, guys. So let's open this problem, that is matchstick game. Now, what does this problem say, right? So first of all, the problem is based on game theory concept. So it says that two players A and B are playing the game of matchsticks. Okay, so there are two players. There is a player A, okay, and there is a player B. Now after that, it says that in a game there are n matchsticks, right? So total, how many matchsticks are there? N matchsticks are there, right? N matchsticks are there. Now if n matchsticks are there, so it says that the like two players are playing, so they will take the turns alternatively. Okay, so in one turn what can happen is, if a particular player is playing, right, if one particular player is playing, so either he can take one matchstick, right, or he can take two matchsticks in a move, or in a move he can take three matchsticks, or he can take four matchsticks. So between 1 to 4 he can take any number of matchsticks in a particular move, right? That is what the problem says. After this, they say that the player who takes the last matchstick will win. Okay, so suppose that if I had something like, let's say n is equal to 3. Okay, so if I had total 3 matchsticks, then if the player A is starting, right, so player A, let's say, takes 3 matchsticks. Okay, then after that, number of matchsticks left will be nothing but 0. So player B will not be able to make a move, so the player that takes the last turn will be A, and A will win in this case. Okay, suppose that if we had something like 4 matchsticks. Okay, so if we had 4 matchsticks, then A would have taken 4 matchsticks in the first go. Then the number of matchsticks left would be 0, so B would not be able to make any move. Then A will again win, right? A wins in that case. So this is the kind of scenario that is there. So the last player that is going to make the move is going to win. So if A starts first, okay, so basically just join here. Okay, no worries, my catch. Repeat kar do question. So basically, in this question, now what they are saying, Naikaj, they are saying that there is a game that is being played between A and B. Okay, there are total n matchsticks that are there. So n sticks are there. You can understand, right? N sticks are there, and in one move, a particular player can take either one matchstick, two matchstick, three matchstick, or four matchstick. Right? In one move, this can be done, and you will be given a particular value of n here, and all of you have to determine that whether A can win or not. Okay, so if A starts, so A is going to start. So how many matchsticks he should pick in the first turn, such that it is guaranteed that he is going to win. If A is never going to win, then you can write -1. Then you have to return -1. Otherwise, if A can win, then you have to return what is the number of matchsticks that he should choose in his first turn, such that he can win. Okay, so in this particular case, suppose that we will talk about all the scenarios, right? So A will start the game. Okay, after that B will play. Okay, A will start, then B will play, then after that again A will play, then B will play. Like this, the game will go on. So is this much part clear? Please write +1 in the chat, guys, and just hit the like button if you are clear with the problem statement and everything till now, right? So this is a game theory problem. A and B both are playing optimally. Okay, both are playing optimally means that both are playing for win, right? Both are playing for win, and we have to tell, in one move a player can take any matchstick between 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we have to tell which player is going to win here, right? So now in this particular case, what we can observe right here is that we have to do what, when this is a game theory problem now, then we have to analyze several test cases, and then only we can make a particular kind of conclusion here. Okay, so suppose that if I have, see, A will always start, right? So A is going to start, remember that A will always start, right? So suppose that the number of matchsticks is 1, right? So then I can say that what can happen in this case is, suppose A can take one matchstick, right? In the starting, A can take one matchstick and A will win, right? So A will win. So yeah, this is going to be the case. Then after that, suppose that if you are having n is equal to 2 here, okay, then in that case I can say that A can take both the two matchsticks in the starting, and then B will not be able to make any move, so A will again win, right? suppose that n value is 3, so the total number of matchsticks are 3, then I can say that A can take all the 3 matchsticks, because the player can take any matchsticks between 1 to 4, right? So he will take 3 matchsticks and A will win, right? So if a can I say that n is equal to 1 is what? Can I say that n is equal to 1 is a winning state? Please write yes in the chat. If any player gets the value n is equal to 1, okay, at a certain point of time, then he is going to win. If any player gets 2, then also he is going to win. If any player gets 3 matchsticks, then also that player is going to win. Okay, if suppose any player gets 4 matchsticks, right? So in that case also, either A gets or B gets. So since A is starting, so A will get 4 matchsticks, so A will win here, right? So these are all the winning states right here. Is that clear to everyone? Now after this, when you will see for the next test case, right? So suppose that we will check for n is equal to 5. So what are the opportunities for n is equal to 5 test case, right? So for n is equal to 5, you can clearly observe here, guys, that I am having, see, either A can take 1 or A can take 2. So I'll explore all possible opportunities. Or A can take 3 matchsticks or A can take 4 matchsticks, right? So in that case, what will happen is when this much matchsticks are going to be taken, then either n is equal to 4 will be left, or you can say that n is equal to what will be left? N is equal to 3 will be left, or you can say that n is equal to 2 will be left, right? Or you can say that n is equal to 1 will be left, right? So B will be left with this particular scenario, right? B will, if A takes one matchstick or two matchstick, 3 or 4, so the remaining n value will be this much, right? So B is going to get either of these, right? And in if B gets 4, then B is going to win, because can I say that n is equal to 1 is what? Like this is a winning state, right? N is equal to 1 is a winning state, n is equal to 2 is a winning state, right? Agree with me, guys? Please write +1 in the chat. If any player gets n is equal to 1, that is a winning state. N is equal to 2 is also a winning state for any player. If any player gets n is equal to 1 or n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, so for sure that player is going to win. So similarly here you can see now, when B is going to get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, so B wins. Is that clear? B will win. So I can say that A loses. A loses in this case. So I can say that here the answer would be -1. Please write yes in the chat if this much part is clear. Is this much part clear to all of you? Then I will proceed further. Okay, so up till now I have only observed that at 5 I'm this player is going to lose, right? Is that clear till now to everyone? Please tell me, and then I will proceed further. This is kind of a code forces problem, or you can say a competitive programming problem in nature. Okay, yeah, basically what I'm saying, Vanshika, right here is that suppose see, I hope that this much point is clear. If one n is equal to 1 was given total, then A will take one match take, A will win. Okay, if n is equal to 2 is given, then also the player will, right? See, what I'm saying is, if any player starts with like, if for any player he gets one matchstick, two matchstick, 3 or 4, then that player is going to win, right? Because in that case that player will take that much matchsticks, and that player is going to win, right? If B got, suppose that if B got this much number of matchsticks, if B started, so B would have won. So this is kind of a winning state now, always. Like whichever player gets this thing, they are always going to win, right? If you are in a university, if you get the support of a professor, then you are always going to pass, right? So similarly, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4 is kind of a winning state, right? Anybody who gets this, right? Anybody who gets n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4 is going to win. So similarly, if A got these values, so you can see that A can take all of them and A can win. So similarly here, suppose that for n is equal to 5, if A takes one matchsticks, okay, then 4 matchsticks will be left. Or if A takes 2 matchsticks, then 3 will be left. If A takes 3 matchsticks, 2 will be left. If A takes 4 matchsticks, then 1 will be left. So if in either of the cases, right, for any of the n values, you can see that since B is going to get either n value as 4, remaining n value is 3, or n value remaining as 1, n value remaining as 2. So any of the values that we will get, B will win, right? Is that clear to you, Vanshika, now? Because these are all the winning state, right? If B gets these values, then B is going to win, because B will either take 4, right? In that case, B will take 4 or B will take 3. So B will take all the matchsticks, and for A, there will be no longer any moves left. Is that clear to all of you? Please tell me. Okay, is this much part clear? If you are clear till now, so please hit the like button, and then I will do a dry run for the next part of the problems, test cases. Okay, all right. Now let us see what will happen when we get n is equal to 6, right? Because that is also important for us to analyze. So suppose we get something like n is equal to 6, right? So what are the opportunities that you have, right? So if n is equal to 6 is there, then A can take one matchstick, or A can take two matchstick, or A can take three matchstick, or A can take four matchstick. Okay, so in that case, what will happen here is now, if A takes one matchstick, right? So in that case, n value remaining will be what? 5. If A takes this much matches, two matches sticks, then n value will be 4. If a takes three matches sticks, then n value will be 2. A will either take any one of them, right? So if a takes this much, then n value will be what, this will be 2, this will be 3, right? So you can see that here a will lose, right? Here you can say that when n will be equal to 2 now, so these are the values that you that b is going to get, right? B is going to get. So would you like to give b as n is equal to 2? No. No, please write no in the chat. You will not like b to get n is equal to 2. Why? Because if b gets n is equal to 2, then you are going to lose, because b will pick all of them. If b gets n is equal to 3, then also you are going to lose. If b gets n is equal to 4, then also you are going to lose. Correct. Then also a is going to lose. Are you getting my point? Because if b gets two matches sticks, then also b is going to win. If b gets three matches sticks, so b is again going to pick all of them and a is going to lose. If b gets four matches sticks, then again b is going to win. But if this happens, right? If b gets five matches sticks, then what happens? If a player gets five matches sticks, understand what happened when a see n is equal to 5 is what you have to see. N is equal to 5 is actually a losing state, right? N is equal to 5 is a losing state. Please observe this, because it is kind of what I should say in I should say it as something like you can say kind of feel is panauti, right? Because if you have n is equal to 5 here now, so n is equal to 5 is a losing state. Why it is a losing state? Because if a player gets n is equal to 5 now, then he is going to lose. Because you can see, if suppose b got n is equal to 5, then he would have tried all the possible ways, and then the other player is going to win. So the player who gets 5, he is going to lose. Is that clear? Please write +1 in the chat. If a particular player gets 5, right, any player who gets 5 will lose. See, if a got n is equal to 5, then you can observe that a was losing. So if here you will give b, if b is going to get the n value as 5, then b will lose and a will win. Is that clear, guys? You have to relate this thing. Are you getting my point? Please write yes in the chat. If a got n is equal to 5, then a was losing, right? Because you can see, if n was equal to 5 and a got this value, right? So then a was losing, right? So similarly, if b gets this value, so n is equal to 5, you can say is a losing state, right? It is a losing state. So as I am highlighting, so basically when b will get n, so a will take one, a will take what? A will take one match stick, and then n will be left as 5. So when n is left as 5, then you can say that the player who gets n is equal to 5 is going to lose. So in that case, you can say that b will lose, right? So if b loses, so a wins, you can say, right? So you can see that how many matches sticks a has to take. You can see here a has to take one matches sticks. Is this part clear to Vanchika as well, Amit as well, Aman as well, and Rishit, Madbar, Naikaj, and everybody? Please hit the like button, guys, and give me a +1 if this is straight, if this part is clear, right? So basically, I'm saying that n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. All those were winning states, right? Because any player who gets remaining number of match sticks as 1, 2, 3, 4, they are going to win. If any player gets 5, then they are going to lose. Because if any player gets 5, so you can see, if a got 5, then a tried all the possible opportunities, and in all the possible opportunities, a is going to lose, right? So similarly, if any player gets n is equal to 5, so that is a losing state, right? So if any player gets 5 matchsticks, then irrespective of the fact that whether he takes 1, 2, 3, or 4 matchsticks, the player is going to lose, because for the other player, he will leave this many matchsticks, right? So yeah, n is equal to 6. If you see, so a will take one matchsticks here, right? And then in that case, b will get 5 matchsticks. So you will like b to get this much matchsticks, right? 5 matchsticks. Because if any player gets 5 matchsticks, so n is equal to 5 is a losing state, so b will lose here, right? After this point, what is going to happen is, suppose that you will think about the next scenario. So n is equal to 7. Let's say n is equal to 7, right? So when n value will be 7, then what is going to happen? Let's observe this. So a value will be 1, right? Suppose a value is 2, okay, a value is 3, okay, a value is 4. Now suppose that if a takes one matchsticks, then what is going to happen? If a takes one matchsticks, then n is going to become 6, right? If a takes two matchsticks, then n is going to become what? I think 5. If a takes three matchsticks, then n is going to become what? You can see n is going to become 4. If a takes four matchsticks, then n is going to become what? I think 3. Okay, so this is what b is going to get. Okay, so if b gets three matchsticks, then b will win. So I don't want b, because see, n is equal to 3 is a winning state, correct? Because if a player gets three matchsticks, so that player is going to win, because 3 is a winning state, right? So in that case, you will not want the other player to get 3 matchsticks, right? If B gets 4 matchsticks, right? So in that case also, you can see if B gets 4 matchsticks, then also B is going to win, because 4 is a winning state. If any player gets 4 matchsticks, then he is going to win, because you can see if A got 4 matchsticks, so A was winning, right? So similarly, if B gets 4 matchsticks, so he is going to win. So you are not going to give B as 4 matchsticks. Suppose that if B gets C, if any player gets 6 matchsticks, right? So 6 is a winning state, right? 6 is a what? 6 is a winning state, because if any player gets 6 matchstick now, then that player is going to win. You can see that when A got 6 matchsticks, then A won. So if you give B as 6 matchsticks, so A is going to win. So you will not give 6 matchsticks to B, right? But what if B gets 5 matchsticks, right? If B gets 5 matchsticks now, right? If you will give B as 5 matchsticks, if you will give B as 5 matchsticks, so 5 is a losing state, right? Because if any player gets 5 matchsticks, then he is going to lose, because this is a losing state, right? N is equal to 5 is a losing state. You can see when A got n value as 5, then A was losing, right? So any player who gets 5 matchsticks, that player is going to lose. So in that case, you will try to give this n is equal to 5 to B. So that is why B will lose, right? So in that case, B loses. And just a second, B will lose, right? And you can say that A wins, right? A will win. So in that case, we can say that in that case, you can say that how much matchsticks is A going to pick? A is going to pick initially 2 matchsticks. So this is a winning state. Is that clear? Winning state. This is a winning state. Any player who starts with 7 matchsticks, they are going to win. How n is equal to 6 is a winning state? Because n is equal to 6 is a winning state, Naikaj. The reason for that is because if you will see here now, if you see n is equal to 6 here, Naikaj, okay. So if suppose that you are going to get 6, so either the player can take 1, 2, 3, or 4 matrix. Suppose that A gets 6 here, right? So either A can take 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. If A takes 2 matches then he's going to fail. If A takes 3, then also he's going to lose. If A takes 4, then he's going to lose. But if A takes 1, then if A will take 1 matchstick now, then in that case, B will get what? N value as 5. And any player getting 5 matchsticks will lose, because you can see when A got 5 matchsticks, so A was losing. So in that case, when what will happen here is, when n is equal to 6, then the player A can take 1 matchstick, and for B the remaining number of matchsticks will be 5. So B will lose. So in that case, you can say that since A started, so A is going to give 5 matchsticks to B, so B will lose, because 5 is a losing state. So basically, the player who is going to get n is equal to 6, he is going to always win. Is that clear? That is why it is a winning state. Please write +1 in the chat, guys, if you are clear till now, and please hit the like button. This is very important. There are problems like Stone Game 1, 2, 3, 4 that are asked in D Shaw, that are asked in Google, that are asked in Facebook, Amazon also. There are a lot of problems like that, so they depend on the winning and the losing state. A lot of DP problems also depend on this. So is this part clear to everyone? Please write yes in the chat. I think there is Stone Game 4 or some question like that. There also you have to determine the winning or the losing states, and that's how you do it. Is this much part clear? Please write yes in the chat, guys. Okay. Is this much part clear to everyone? Please let me know. Then I will proceed further. Is it clear to Vanchika? Is it clear to Amit? Is it clear to Prakash and Aman? Everyone? Please tell me, guys. Right. So for n is equal to 7, if n is equal to 7 is there now, then the A can take what? 2. So the player start getting n is equal to 7 will win. Right. That is why it is known as a winning state. You can get for 7, yeah. For 7, which part is not clear? See, when see n is equal to 6, if a player starts with 6 matchsticks, right, then that player is going to win. Okay, so suppose n is equal to 7 is there, right? So if n is equal to 7 is there, so if A will pick 1 matchstick, then B will get 6 matchsticks. So B will win, right? Because a player getting 6 matchsticks will win. But in this case, when n will be 7, then A will pick 2 matchsticks, so that B gets n value as 5, and a player getting 5 matchsticks will lose. That is why n is equal to 7 is a winning state. Please write yes in the chat, Vanchika, also, if you are clear with this part, right? And then I can proceed further. I hope that you are clear. If there is something that's not clear, please let me know. Okay, then I will see that when n value is 8 now, then what is going to happen? So when the n value is 8, right, then in that case, either A can take 1 or A can take 2, because A is always going to start. That is why I'm considering the cases for A, or A is going to be 4. Okay, so in that case, in this case, what is going to happen? If you will see, so in this case, either n is going to be left as 7, or n is going to be left as 6, or you can say that n is going to be left as 5, or you can say that n is going to be left as 4, right? This is going to happen. So when this happens, so you can say, see, if b will so these values are b, what b can get. Okay, if b gets 4, then b will win, correct? So I don't want b to get 4, because 4 is a winning state, right? For any player who gets 4, that is going to win. So if b gets 4, b is going to win, so I will not give b value, b the value is 4. Okay, if any player gets 6, so you can see if a player gets 6, right? So you can see 6 is also a winning state, right? You can see we determined that if a started with, if a got 6, then a can pick 1, and then a can give 5 to b, and 5 will be a losing state, so b will lose. So in that case, 6 is also a winning state, so we don't want to give 6 matchsticks remaining to b. Then n is equal to 5 is there, so n you can see n is equal to what, 7 is there. 7 is also a winning state, so we don't want to give this 7 to b. Okay, then we can say that we will give n value as 5 to b. Okay, so that is why we can say that what we will give is, we will give n value as 5 to b, and in this case we can say that b will lose and a will win. Okay, a will win. So a player who starts with 1, okay, who starts with 8 is, it can be said, 8 can be said as a winning state. Okay, and how many stones does a need to pick? A needs to pick 3 stones, and you can observe the relation is nothing but 8 modulo 5. Now by now you must have observed the number of stones that need to be picked is nothing but 8 modulo 5. You can see for 7, a was picking how many stones? 2 stones, so that is nothing but 7 modulo 5 here, right? This value. And you can see a was picking 1 stone, so that is nothing but 6 modulo 5. So 6 modulo 5 is 1. So how many stones you need to pick? You can just get an idea about it right now. Is it clear to everyone present in the chat? Please write yes in the chat, and then I will proceed further. So now let's check for n is equal to 9 here. Okay, when we check for n is equal to 9, then what is going to be the scenario? We'll just quickly do it. So guys, please hit the like button if you are clear till now. I have put in a lot of dry run and effort. Okay, so please hit the like button. Winning state, losing state, this and that. Okay, very good. Now moving forward, in this case, what will happen? Either he can pick 1 matchstick, or he can pick 2 matchstick, or he can pick 3 matchsticks, or he can pick 4 matchsticks, right? So in this particular case, what is going to happen here is, you can say that n will be either 8, okay, or n will be either what, 7, or n that will be passed on is 6, or n that will be passed on is 5, right? So if like, see, these are the values that b is going to get. Okay, so see, if you give if you give b as 8, so if b gets 8, so players getting 8 will win, right? Because 8 is a winning state. Any player who is getting 8 will win, because he will give the other player 5. If any player gets 8, so he will take 3 matchsticks, and he will give other player as 5. So if b gets 8, then b will take 3, and b will pass on 5 to a, so a is going to lose. So 8 is a winning state, so b will, I will make sure that b does not get 8. Okay, I don't want to give b as 8. 7 is also a winning state, so a player starting with 7 will win. So if b gets 7, so b will win, so I don't want b to win. If n is equal to 6, right, so I don't want b to win, because 6 is also a winning state. You can observe here, we have already done 6 is also a winning state. So if a player gets 6, so then also he's going to win, so I don't want this. Then if n is equal to 5, right, so in that case also you can see this, in this case I can say that yes, I want to give this particular value, because when I will give this values, then b will lose, right? Because 5 is a losing state. Any player getting 5 will lose. We have already determined this. So in this case, you can say that b will lose and a wins, right? So a has to pick how many? A has to pick 4 number of stones, right? That is nothing but 9 modulo 4. You can 9 modulo 5, you can see, right? 9 modulo 5 is nothing but 4 here. Is that clear? A picks 4, yes. So that the amount that you're going to pick is nothing but n modulo 5. Okay, amount that a is going to pick is nothing but n modulo 5. Now let's check it for the case 10 also, right? Suppose that n is equal to 10. So in this particular case, what is going to be the scenario? So if n is equal to 10, so either a can pick 1, or a can pick so I can say that 9 is also what, 9 is a winning state, right? 9 is, if any player gets 9, so that is a winning state. 9 is also a winning state. Okay, because any player who gets 9 is going to win. Then this is this much. Okay, then I will take a is equal to 3 here, then I will take a is equal to 4. Please hit the like button, guys, if you are clear till now, right? I have explained it as simply as possible. Now what will happen is, let's just make the arrows and then see. So in this case, what will happen? N value will be equal to 9. In this case, n value will be equal to 8. In this case, n value will be equal to 7. In this case, n value will be equal to 6. Okay, so see, these are the values that b can try to get. So do I want to give 9 to b? No, because 9 is a winning state. If b gets 9, right? So 9 is a winning state. We have already determined that if a player, if A starts and A gets 9, so A is going to win. So if B gets 9, so B is also going to win. So I don't want give 9 to B. Do I want to give 8 to B? No, because if B gets 8, then also he's going to win. Do I want to give 7 to B? No, I don't want to give 7 to B. Do I want to give 6 to B? No, because 6 is also a winning state. A player who gets 6 will also win. So in that case, I can say that A will always lose. In this case, there is no chance for A to win, right? So in this case, B, if you give any value to B, right? So in that, this all the cases, A is any of the cases, you can see that I don't want to give any of the cases to B. So basically, B will win and A loses here. So we can observe that when was A losing. So I can say that N is equal to 10 is what? A losing state. Losing state. So any player who starts with 10 is going to lose. Okay, is that clear to everyone? So you can easily see that if I will write n values here, okay, and I will just write them one by one. So let's say I'll write 1, then I 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I will write 10 here. Okay, so I'll write 9 here, and then I will write 10 here. Okay, so you can clearly see like the scenario is what, like okay, so then I will write the state for it. So you can see that 1 is a winning state. A player who gets 1 is a winning state. 2 is a winning state. 3 is a winning state. Okay, a player who starts with 4 also is a winning state. 5 is a losing state. 6 is a winning state. 7 is a winning state. 8 is a winning state. 9 is a winning state. 10 is a losing state. Okay, so basically you can see here, whenever n value is divisible by 5 now, then the player who starts with that particular value is going to lose. Okay, whenever n is going to be what, if it happens, right, if it happens that n if it happens, I will just do it somewhere here. Yeah, you can see here, if it happens, right, that the n value is a multiple of 5. Okay, so in that case the player is going to lose. So you can, in that case, I will say that whenever A is going to start with a particular value and A is a multiple of 5, if n value modulo 5 is equal to 0, then A will lose. So I will write -1 in here. Is that clear? Because A is going to lose, because A always starts the game. Okay, A starts. So if A gets a particular n value which is a multiple of 5, then A is going to lose. Sir, please 2x. Yeah, two basically, if there is any person who is going to get if there is any person now who is going to get a multiple of 5. So if there is any person who is starting with the n value, and if A is going to start, and if the n value is a multiple of 5, then if it is 5, 10, or 15 like that, so you can observe that this will be loose. Otherwise, we can say that the answer will be what? So in this case, you can say that it was 1. So how much A picked up, right? So in this case, you can see A picked up 1, A picked up 2, A picked up 3, A picked up 4. Then here A picked up 1. You can see here when 6 was there, no? When we had n value as 6, so A picked up 1. When we had n value n is equal to 7, then A picked up 2. When we had 8, then A picked up 3. When we had 9, then A picked up 4. So I'll just update it 2, 3, 4, right? So that the answer is nothing but n modulo 5, right? N modulo 5, because 6 modulo 5 is 1, 7 modulo 5 is what, 2, 8 modulo 5 is nothing but 3, 9 modulo 5 is 4. So basically, otherwise, how many does A need to pick? A needs to pick n modulo 5. Is that clear? So that is how A will win. Please do a dry run for n is equal to 6, A is equal to 1. Yeah, I will just do it once again, Aryan Kapoor. But is this much part clear? Please write yes in the chat, guys, and then I will proceed further. Please write +1 in the chat. Okay, so we can by this dry run we can observe that if the n value is a multiple of 5, okay, and since A is going to start, so A is never going to win, because if a particular n state is a multiple of 5, then a multiple of 5 is always a losing state. So a player starting with that will always lose. Otherwise, the player is always going to win, and the amount that you need to collect first of all is nothing but n modulo 5. So A has to collect n modulo 5 number of this thing, the stones, right? And Aryan is saying that please do it for a this n is equal to 6 state. So you can see here clearly, when n is equal to 6 now, then if A picks 2 or A picks 3 or A picks 4, then what will happen? N will get 4, so n will B will get 4, B will win. So I don't want to give B value 4. I don't want to give B n is equal to 3 left. I don't want to give B n is equal to 2, because otherwise B will win, because I always want to make sure that A wins, right? So in that case, what will happen? When A is equal to 1, when n is equal to 6, A will take 1 and A will leave 5. Okay, so when A will leave 5, matchsticks. So if A leaves 5 matchsticks, so player getting 5 matchsticks will always lose. That we have determined above, because n is equal to 5 is a losing state. Because if you try any of them, so you are always going to lose, right? So 5 is a losing state. So if A takes one and leaves 5 remaining matchsticks for B, then B is going to lose. So that is why n is equal to 6 is a winning state. Is that clear? Does the game work sequentially? Here it does work. You can say there's a category of question that is game stone game also. I will just Google it right after I write the code. Then I will proceed. For no need to spend more time on the dry run, because everything is getting everyone is getting okay. Is this part much part clear to everyone? So if you will see here, na n value was very large. I think it was 10 to the power 8. So basically, what we will do is, where we find similar problems, I'll just show you another similar problem right after this. Okay, if n modulo 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so in that case, the player starting will always lose. So I have to return -1, because if A is starting, so A will always lose. Otherwise, how many stones does A need to pick? So I will just return n modulo 5A. That is the scenario. Okay. So I will write n modulo 5 number of stones we need to pick. Just give me a second. N modulo with 5. Okay. So yeah, this is how this is a very short code. In fact, just one line order of one complexity code, you can say. I'll just try to submit it to check if it gets accepted or not. Hopefully it should. Yes, it does. Is it clear? Please write clear OP in the chat and +1 in the chat if everyone is clear with this question, with the approach. So please hit the like button, guys, if you are clear with this particular problem. This is a simple and short and sweet code, that if the n value is a multiple of 5, then a player starting with that multiple of 5 will always lose. Otherwise, the number of stones that you need to pick in the first go is nothing but n modulo 5. Okay, so A needs to pick n modulo 5 number of stones. Okay, now I will just quickly do one thing. I'll just copy this particular code. So yeah, just a second. I'll open the GFG ID. I'll just provide you the code here. So this person is saying that, but for n is equal to 6, you took the case where B loses. See, I did not took the case. I took the case where A is trying to win always, right? So because I have to make sure na, that like, see, everybody is trying to win, right? So whenever anybody's turn will come, they will always try to win. So A will try to win. A will try to choose that if A is getting the chance now. So if you can see, for n is equal to 6, Aryant Kapoor, if n is equal to 6, right? So then A will get the first chance. So A will never try to lose, man. Okay, why? If you are getting the first chance, so why will you give anything to other player that the other player is going to win? Why are you going to give anything to your enemy so that your enemy is going to win? If A gets 6 matchsticks, so A will pick one matchstick, right? So that B gets 5 matchsticks, and B can lose, because 5 will be a losing state. So in that case, B will lose, because A wants to win, right? Both the players are playing for winning. So in that case, I'm not trying to make A as win. A automatically wants to win, right? Okay, I hope that this point is clear. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just quickly paste this code link with all of you. Is this clear to everyone? I think I had made a video. There was a channel for GFG. Just I'll just do one thing. Stone game. Okay, and I will write Yash Dwivedi. Just a second. Let me see if there is any video of that sort or not. We had made, yeah. So this particular video is there. Okay, so Stone game 4 video is there. You can just watch this video out. Okay, this problem was also a game theory problem. Okay, and in this problem also, you can see that I have done true false. So winning state, losing state, I have shown all these things. And this question was asked in Dshaw, Uber, Google, a lot of companies. So try this video out as well. Okay, I'm sharing this video was made for GFG only. So try this problem out. Okay, Stone game 4, it was asked in Uber, Google, and a lot of other companies. I've shared the link in the description of this video. Okay, and make sure to try it out. All right, try this video. Try it. Please give me +1, guys, if you will try it out. Okay, I hope that you will surely try it out, because it's winning and losing kind of state. So that will be there. If A is equal to win, if A is equal to 1, will result. See, it depends on the n value, not the what A and B are picking. If n value is 1, then A will win. Okay, try it out, guys. Okay, I hope that Vanshika is also clear, Naikaj is also clear, Tejas is also clear. Guys, please hit the like button if you're clear till the very end. Okay, I'll just share my screen, and I'll request for last time, I'll request all of you that if you have understood this detailed explanation, if you have watched it, so please make sure to hit the like button. Okay, if you haven't already, so please make sure to hit the like button. Comment down understood after this video is over, or during this video also. Comment down understood if you have understood the full intuition of it. Make sure to share this video with your friends, so that they can learn something new. and this is a basically game theory problem, so this can be asked in many companies. And also try the stone game 4 problem that I have shared with all of you. Okay, it's just based on this particular conceptual idea only. And please make sure to subscribe the channel if you haven't already. Okay, I hope that you did like this video. I hope that you felt that the intuition was clear and you got a lot of ideas. This is kind of a competitive programming problem. Thanks a lot, everyone. Today problem of the day, why the name was reverse coding. uh, See, the I will see why what the problem is. I haven't seen it up till now. I also get to see the problem when it gets live only on the next day. So I will solve the problem and I'll come back tomorrow. Okay, so I hope that you like this video. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for joining. And yeah, pod. This was a long time back, so you can watch it. Okay, so yeah, thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching, and please make sure to hit the like button, comment in the video as well if you understood. And I hope that you like it. Make sure to subscribe the video. Come back tomorrow, and all the very best, guys. Thanks, everyone. Keep coding. And the time complexity for my approach is order of one. Space complexity is also order of one. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys.